All right. Welcome to your modules on starting a business. How do you know that you should be starting a business, that entrepreneurship is in alignment for you? And where do you start? Like, what are the first few steps that you should take? And I wanted to create a module on this and a lesson on this inside of the Institute of Unlearning because there are so many people out there that teach you the most basic strategic ways of thinking that fall inside of capitalism and patriarchy, just stupid ass reasons why you should start a business. And the goal of this entire institute is to decondition from what society tells you you should be and finally align with yourself until you know, like, to be who you know that you've always been and to step fully into the person that you know that you can be outside of the conditioning of other humans. So people will run around and tell you, like, you should start a business if you're good with money or if you understand this concept. And it's like, honey, baby, not everybody is designed to be an entrepreneur. As much as I would love for everybody to have the level of freedom that I experience as an entrepreneur, it's not something for everybody. But there's so many different places and so many different energetic pieces that you can look at that will help you figure out, like, should I start a business? And if I want to start a business, where do I start? How do I decide what piece, like, I should actually focus on? Like, what kind of business should I actually build for myself? Okay. So the framework that I used to help some of my other clients decide if they were good enough to start a business, not good enough to start a business, but like if entrepreneurship was in alignment for them, if it's something that they should do by themselves, if it's something they should do in partnership with other people, right? The framework that I followed is considered Gene Keys, Genius, and Guidance. And I'm not going to get into all of the nitty gritty of the Gene Keys because, especially if from a human design standpoint, if you don't have a one in your profile, Gene Keys are going to overwhelm the shit out of you. They even overwhelm me, and I have studied them. So I'm going to show you the basic things that you need to look for inside of your Gene Keys to help you decide, like, is this actually in alignment for me? But if you're thinking about starting a business, you're probably already feeling within your energetic piece that that's something that you want to do. So the purpose of this framework is to teach you how to start a business that aligns with your natural energy, unique design, and your life purpose. It's not about following what some other guru told you to follow. It's about building a business that reflects who you are at your soul and sustains your joy. Okay. You are not here to replicate Alex Hermosi's path to $1 billion. You're not here to do what other people are telling you to do. Your business that you create needs to be rooted in your natural energetic blueprint, your innate skills, and your passions, not in hustle culture, not in copycat strategies, and not in doing what other people have told you to do because it worked for them. The most sustainable path that you have to entrepreneurship comes from alignment, not from strategies and algorithms. Okay. So this video is going to be module one, which is where we're talking about the foundation, which is your gene keys. Okay. This isn't just about how to make money, and this isn't just about how to get followers. This is how to actually align yourself with your energetic blueprint. So I want to start with gene keys because this is another one of those things that I use in addition to human design, in addition to numerology. That gives you a verbatim answer of whether or not you're designed to be an entrepreneur. Okay. Your gene keys will literally tell you if you're meant to be a leader, a team player, a solo creative, a partner, whatever it is, it's encoded in your design. Okay. For example, my gene keys were very, very clear. And you can see here on mine, on my prosperity design and my pearl sequence. It says here, I unlock my prosperity through the gift of leadership. This is something that's also mirrored in my human design chart. I only have one fully defined channel. It's the 31-7 channel that connects my throat to my G center, and it is the channel of leadership. I am literally designed here to lead, and my gift of leadership is how I unlock my prosperity. The shadow of immaturity is where I get jacked up. And I fully own that, okay? But right here you can see the most important part. I thrive best as an entrepreneur, okay? And you can see here, I have the reference here, learn your Pearl sequence at genekeys.com/pearl. But this will literally tell you what you thrive in. I have clients who say I thrive best as an entrepreneur. I have clients whose Pearl sequence says I thrive best in a partnership. This will literally tell you. It will tell you. And when I saw that I thrived best as an entrepreneur, honestly, I just wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised at all. Okay. And it was like, it felt like truth already to me. I had always known that corporate wasn't for me. The second I stepped into corporate and I got a test drive of it, I was like, this ain't it. I cannot follow these rules that these dumbass people got me following. I can't do it. Okay. And I had always known that I wanted to be in charge of my own thing. I think a lot of things, though, scared me about entrepreneurship. And it was the lie that it had to be difficult and that it had to be exhausting. And so that's why I avoided it for so long. But just because yours says that, like, so just for your particular chart, right? Just because yours doesn't say entrepreneur doesn't mean that you can't build a business, right? It just might mean, though, that your best work happens as a co-founder or inside of a collective or with someone to bounce your ideas off of. All right. So we start here, particularly with Gene Key's awareness and whether or not it says you thrive best as an entrepreneur, because this is the piece that nobody talks about. We can talk about products, we can talk about your niche, we can talk about your market, but we don't talk about your genetic orientation to power. Okay. Your gene keys and your human design, they don't box you in. They point you in the direction that best suits your energy. And you know what? I'm really tired of having to reshare my screen because I'm gonna need them to get it together. Anyway, okay, quick break. Right? The point is to get you in the direction of your best energy, of your best flow, and your best leadership lane. That is the point of all of this, right? Because I know for me, I wasn't meant to hustle all the live long day because I'm a projector. I knew that when I built my business as a projector, it had to be focused around being invited to say what it is that I say to come into people's world. I knew that I had to center it around my rest. So now I only talk to clients Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Really? Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't hardly do anything with my clients. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are really my focus client days. And as of right this second, Tuesdays and Thursdays are my heaviest client days. I knew that I had to build my success around the fact that I needed a lot of rest, right? And when I looked at these things like my human design and my gene keys, it gave me permission to build what I want to build. And it gave me the lifeline that I needed to say, I am capable of doing this. And when my gene keys so explicitly spelled out that I thrive best as an entrepreneur, it was exactly what I needed to be like, okay, I'm dead in corporate, I'm making an exit, and I'm going to figure this out. You don't need to run around and be like, I don't know what I want to do in life. There, honey, human design, gene keys, astrology, all these things, your teledipity.com. It's not something that I've included in any of these modules, but mine literally tells me, and I have it written up here on my wall where you guys can't see it, but it says Alexis is here to counsel millions in a philanthropically minded organization dealing with themes of power and wealth administration through salesmanship and relationship development. I am literally here to tell millions and millions of people how to deal with power and wealth administration. And if you look at the way that I marketed this program and the way that I talk to you guys, I'm literally doing that. If you look at all of my videos that have gone viral, I'm literally talking to millions of people. I am in alignment. But when I look at this energetic data, the other thing here too, and again, we're talking about gene keys. This is not something that you need to go into fully, but my gene keys tell me that what my life's work is. My life's work is to take full responsibility for the effect my aura has on other people. That is, I think it's gene key 6, right? So gene keys goes far beyond what I'm showing you here. But that, I literally have this written in my energetic data that my entire life's work revolves around the effect I have on people. And I recognize, I've always known that when I step into a space, people are just like, whoa, who is she? Who is she? I have an effect on people. And I don't think that I get enough credit for the fact that I use my effect on people for good and not for evil, because I could easily be Megamind. Okay? I could easily be a criminal, but I'm not. So These types of energetic things gives you permission slip to be who you've been and to design your life and your business the way that you want to. Consult your gene keys, consult your human design chart. Look specifically at your life work and your vocation spheres, right? What is your life's work? My life's work is to take responsibility for the effect I have on people. I can make people move, which is why I created an institute of unlearning, because it's like I can get millions of people to unlearn the things that they thought that they knew simply because I existed and I asked them to, right? Ask yourself, am I currently working against what this says or am I working with it? When you align with what your system is already built for, you stop forcing business into existence and you just start receiving from it. Okay. All right. Let's move into module 2, which is talking about your sweet spot for genius and your joy.